What's going on, y'all? My bracket is done, man. Had to take the shirts down and everything. Big Ten, what's going on? See, these are the things that make you wonder, right? It make you wonder. Like I had to take the shirts down. I had to, I had 9 shirts up here, but Ohio State down. Michigan State last night down. Both of them done in overtime. So sorry, guys. I know that was on my bracket. I had Ohio State get to the Final Four, but that's what March Madness is all about. Tip your hat off to Oral Roberts, my good friend Sean Morris, who is a Big Ten Network analyst like I am, told me about Oral Roberts 2 or 3 weeks ago. He said that's a really, really good team. They were physical. They spaced the floor out well. They hit the three well. So, kudos to Oral Roberts and their victory because it wasn't a fluke. Ohio State forced overtime. It wasn't, they had to force overtime because they were playing catch up the whole day. Oral Roberts was outstanding. Isthmus, I believe is how you said Isthmus was outstanding with 29 points. Ohio State could not do anything with him. And the interior big, his name escapes me right now, but he was outstanding. There hasn't been what was the last 215 happened to a Big Ten team? Michigan State, when they were beaten by Middle Tennessee State. So, man, Big Ten taking it on the chin, baby. Timothy Eaton, what an upset, no doubt. Love it. Love the upsets, though. Damn, my bracket, as long as Illini stay alive, I'm good. Coach Chuck 10, JNC Longo, JZ188, Deborah Nash. Yes, March Madness at its best. Kenny Williams, 908, what's happening? Meredith Evans, how you doing, Meredith? C-Word 2, Luke Martin 3, Tommy Harris. Man, it's crazy, right? The madness started last night with 4 great games, right? UCLA beating Michigan State in overtime. A little bit of surprise, not really. Michigan State had been struggling all year. They just never could really find it. But today, number 2 seed getting taken out. The Big Ten was a big bust, says Larry Biddle. Okay, here we go. Big Ten's a big bust. We're not even the first day through the tournament. We get one upset, right? Because the playing game is not upset. We get one upset. And now the supposedly the best conference in the country is a big bust. Is that what you're saying, Larry? Come on, man. Can't be like cancel culture that fast, can you? It's 7 teams left in the Big Ten. It's not, you can't cancel them out like that, can you? Antoine Walker, what's good? Peyton Pitts, what's good, Peyton? I got you, Coach Chuck. I'll check you out. Only got to be better for 40 minutes, 45 today. Exactly. This game here, Larry Biddle, has no indication on the Big Ten strength or whatever. Oral Roberts played their tail off. You got to give them credit. Ohio State didn't play as well because of Oral Roberts. They had a bunch of turnovers, big-time missed free throws down the stretch, which hurt them. Let's see. Wow is right, Mark Carpenter. And Virginia Tech almost got Florida. Not as big an upset, but that was close too. Yes, it was. Overtime game. Virginia Tech probably should have had that game. Oral Roberts men played a lot of minutes. I think they have a chance over Florida if they can recover quickly. May's Page, I guess that is. Jordan, what's good? And Love 8, what's happening? Guys, here's the thing. If these guys are 18 to 22 years old, if they play 40, 45 minutes and they get 48 hours before they play again, they'll be fine. There won't be any fatigue there. They've been doing this all season to this point. There won't be any fatigue. And you guys know how it is. I don't like talking about young people getting tired because they shouldn't be tired. As I said in our text, I don't see Ohio State going to the Final Four, said Kevin Hayward. Well, every squirrel finds a nut every now and then. That's how I see it. Corey Lockwood, that 1-2 punch was too much. No, it was a bad matchup for Ohio State. One, because Kyle Young didn't play, and Kyle Young could have handled that big a little bit better because he tore the big Abenauer. He tore Ohio State up. They couldn't do nothing with him. Let's see. The Illinois boy, E.J. Liddell, hit a big three to tie. What hurt Ohio State was free throws. 9 for 18. Yep. And Oral Roberts is the best free throw shooting team in the nation. They hit their free throws. Ohio State didn't. Mr. Christopher. Oh, what's up, Christopher Nolan? Good to see you. I ain't seen you in a while, brother. Good to see you on here. Cam Ballard, thanks for jumping on. That was not the team we beat in the Big Ten championship. Here's the difference, guys. When Big Ten teams play each other, they can scout so well that they know exactly what you're trying to do. You get out of conference, and these teams throw different wrinkles at you, and there's not a guard like Max Isthmus. I think it's how you pronounce it. Max Isthmus there is no Max Isthmus in the Big Ten, meaning that small, that quick, and can shoot from the parking lot. There's no guard like that in the Big Ten. And so when you have a guy that can really hurt you off the bounce, and you've got guys that can space the floor, and you got some rugged guys on the interior that know their roles, that's a tough matchup for Ohio State. Because if you notice, they try to put Justice Sueing on Isthmus down the stretch. They didn't put C.J. Walker on him because C.J. Walker couldn't corral him, right? So just smart adjustments and a bad matchup for Ohio State, but you got to give credit to Oral Roberts. Jordan can attest to this. It's all matchups. You heard Jordan when he was on here with me before. He talked about the seedings are somewhat important, but it's all about matchups, and this one favored Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts just had OSU on their heels all game. Buckeyes looked like they had the weight of the world on their shoulders. Good call, Jordan. I agree with you. Coach PGO Threat, good to see you. Michael Broom, your bracket might not be totally effed up. Depends on how many people had OSU going far. Well, I know I did. Yeah, Jeff Jarvis says not the last upset of the day. Look for Liberty, Oklahoma State. I've got that one as well. Baylor just beat Hartford 79-55. Hartford started off strong, but Baylor just turned it up. They look really good in the second half. Tara Lee Miller, good to see you. Spread them out, and the ball hardly ever touched the floor with wasted dribbles. Yes. And that's how Oral Roberts plays, and they did a fantastic job. A 2 seed, yeah, they choked. Yeah, Larry. Okay, they might have choked, but does that mean the Big Ten is a wash? Like, you're one of those loud minorities where the silent majority stays quiet, but you one of those loud majorities that like to throw shit out there because that's what you're doing. Okay, but does that mean that the rest of the conference sucks or was overrated? Come on, man. Bad take by Larry. I mean, look, I like differing opinions. I just don't like when people just try to be controversial for the sake of being controversial. I don't like that. Yep, Kevin McDuffie, bye-bye Ohio State. Let's see. I had my doubts about Ohio State, but given the close games they gave strong Big Ten talent this year, I felt they were battle-tested enough to make it past Oral Roberts. Man, March Madness. Yep, that's what it is right there, Sean. It's not that and okay, you can say Ohio State choked as the number 2 seed. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. But there's 7 teams left to play in the Big Ten. No, 6. There's 6 more teams. Maryland, Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, Rutgers, and Purdue. There's still 6 teams left that have games. So maybe after five or six games and the Big Ten is all out, then maybe you can say that. But after Michigan State, who barely got in, and then now you got upset with Ohio State. So we'll see what happens. Max Isthmus was great. Oral Roberts played like they were the favorite to win. Ohio State looked like they were nervous. Or like Jordan said, Don, they were just on their heels. They, when Oral Roberts came out and they came out with a swag, once they got going, you know what I mean? Okay, Mark Carpenter, Loyola and Georgia Tech going at it. I knew that'd be a great game. I still think Loyola is going to win that game based on the fact that the SEC, the ACC Conference Player of the Year, Moses Wright, is out due to protocol situation, so he's not playing. So I liked Loyola in that game. No, I had Georgia Tech winning that game, but since their best player and the best player in the conference isn't playing, I wouldn't be surprised if Loyola won that game. Jamie Linneman Schrader, yep. Don't trip off my man Larry Biddle. He's got his opinion, and we love him on here. Bring it, but he got me going a little bit, but I'm good now. Lucas Williamson. Okay, so what we'll do, we have a little bit of a break before the last three games of the evening. Let me pull. So the last three games would be Wisconsin at North Carolina at 6:15. That'll come up in about an hour and a half. Then you got Purdue and North Texas about 10 minutes after that on TNT at 6:25. And then you got Rutgers versus Clemson at 8:20 on TBS. So I may wait. I'll come on after the Purdue game because that should be right before the Rutgers game. I'll come on to do a recap of Wisconsin and Purdue. Okay. All right. Let me see if I got any more in here. Oh, thank you, Cornelius DeLand Deer. I don't know if you're part of the Inner Bardo's Breakdown group. If you're not, you can join. You can text me to 312-847-2739, or you can go to Facebook, the Bardo's Breakdown group on Facebook, and answer 3 simple questions. You got to answer all 3 questions or you can't get in. But 3 simple questions and you're in. Love to have you a part, Cornelius. Thank you for that. Okay, Jamie's in Southern Illinois. Jamie Luneman Schrader is in Pinckneyville, which is not far from my hometown of Carbondale. So big ups to Southern Illinois. Oscar Plata, good to see you. I wanted to see Loyola Chicago versus Illinois in the second round, a little in-state battle to keep things interesting. Yeah, that will be definitely interesting. Talk about Washington. He's horrible decisions down the stretch, says Kevin McDuffie. Well, here's the thing, guys. When you look at Dwayne Washington Jr., who else is going to go get you a shot on Ohio State's team? Liddell has to have it in certain spots. He can put it on the deck a little bit. He can't go get his own shot. Dwayne Washington Jr. is really the only guy that can kind of create off the bounce. Justice Suing a little bit, but that's about it. So he's got to step up and take shots like that, because even though Ohio State's they had a very high efficiency on the offensive end, they didn't have many guys that could go get their own shot. So thus it makes it look like he takes bad decisions. But boy, when those jokers go in like they did against Illinois in the Big Ten Conference tournament, it looks good. So when the shots are falling, everything looks better, right? Okay, Melanie Shaw Jackson, she picked Oral Roberts. Good for you. And I hope your bracket continues to swell. So we'll come back after the, after the Purdue North Texas game for some react on that game. And we will, I'll give you the game plan and the scouting report for Rutgers Clemson. All right. So keep it locked, y'all. We'll come right back to you. Until then, peace.